bug in this game which could potentially be used to exploit it. If you go all the way back to where the entrance is, and then go forward again, you go through the opening cutscene again, and then you fight that single Nazi again.
Oh.
So you could kind of do that to like scum up, EXP or something.
Gotta grind. You know, any good RPG is gonna have an opportunity for grinding. Get OP. Ooh, I love that cat in the corner.
Yeah, that was a bit of wall-random, but I'm okay with this. Oh god, how did I get here? I had this get here. I'm not good with computer.
Oh, that sends me so back on the internet. I remember doing that in high school. That joke back on SA.
I feel like I'm missing out. It's not that I'm young, it's just that I just didn't pop culture.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of something awful, like a lot of the weirdo internet culture that like something awful has laughed at in the past. This game seems very rife with it, so that's cool as heck.
I like the battle music.
Yeah, this feels really nice.
This isn't this is Game Maker, right? This doesn't feel like a Game Maker.
No, this is RPG Maker VX Ace.
Oh, okay.
It's fun. Like I've actually I've played around with the latest one they put out, which is RPG Maker MV. And they're you know, if you want to make a a classic turn-based RPG, you can actually do some impressive stuff in these engines.
Well, yeah, Lisa was made in RPG Maker.
Yep.
I believe.
That was a 3K, I think.
Okay. And that was epic. Like I didn't, unless you were in the battles, you didn't really notice.
Yeah, it had like a few screens that the limitations of RPG Maker kind of made themselves visible, which was if you have a lot of events going on at the same time, then that can cause issues. But yeah, it really, you can make a good game in almost anything. And if you want to make an RPG, then RPG Maker can actually be quite good for you.
Well, on that note, I was invited by a professor at St. Edward's to come and talk to his sort of after school and university game dev club, and I was showing them a more advanced build of Loteria than is publicly available right now. And so one of the kids was like, "Oh, you're using Unity. He doesn't let us use Unity. He makes us use Game Maker." And I was like, "No, man, only a bad, craftsman blames his tools." So I showed them Cloud Yeller and won him over to Game Maker.
Yeah, you can make, some very good games have been made in Game Maker.
Undertale was Game Maker, right?
Yeah, for sure. And like
Nuclear Throne was Game Maker.
Gunpoint. Oh, yeah, Nuclear Throne as well.
I have an actual non-game dev related thing to this, but I don't have to mention. I don't have to mention if you don't want to hear it.
No, go for it. You can't say that.
I was teaching 7th and 8th graders how to do video production in college, and
nice.
I did not give them After Effects or Final Cut Pro. I gave them iMovie HD, and it was because that was a really great starter level, and you can do a lot of great stuff with iMovie HD. Not iMovie now, but iMovie like way back when. Yeah. And there was some really good stuff out of it, and they were pretty creative with it.
Because I feel like I've seen this happen in real life. At game dev gatherings and seeing like college kids who want to be game devs, asking people like, what should I learn if I want to get into game dev? I've heard people say, well, you should learn C++ and make your own engine. And I'm like, no, fuck you. But
pick up Game Maker, find a tutorial, and replace the graphics with something that are your own and add a mechanic.
There's a kernel of truth in like, it's good to know why things happen, but don't start out doing that.
Absolutely not, no.
You can supplement, but it's not needed.
Go for speed, and then once you hit a point where like, I can't do a thing I want to do, okay, then you can start going farther. But you can make some great stuff, for starting out, Game Maker is awesome.
Also, we got into a fight with Richard Spencer here. And what's fun is I kind of skipped over, or I vids through it, but what's fun is there's this satire of recent events of like the morality of punching Nazis and stuff, and I've been enjoying games that address that in a cheeky way.
Yeah.
Shithead Spence.
It's either Shithead Spence or Shithede Spence. I'm not 100% sure.
Shithede. Yes.
S.H. Spence.
It's kind of a bummer. So my middle name is Spencer, and that's the name I go by. And nobody ever has that name. It's a very unusual thing. You know, people don't have that name, except now somebody does, and they're a goddamn Nazi, and Spencer anybody knows. So it's like, geez.
Aw, but well, Spencer's his last name, so you can keep it.
Yeah,
It's
I
okay.
guess. I mean,
Well, even one of the reasons why I wanted to like get this jam started really quickly is it's like, are we even going to be talking about Richard Spencer in a year? If we are, that's bad because that means like shit's really good. Hopefully this will have blown over. So much for the tolerant left. That's my favorite meme out of all this, by the way. Right. One thing that I really like about this game is the fight music is very cheeky. And I always appreciate a game that shows Nazis as dumb buffoons, because I think, you know, it's why anybody joins a gang is they see somebody that looks like a powerful badass and they want to join up with them so they can be a powerful badass too. It's very, very attractive to people who don't feel like powerful badasses. So if we can, you know, spread the idea, the meme that Nazis are actually dumb dorks who cry when they're punched, you were doing God's work.
I feel like this music is really fitting for that as well.
I think there's an opportunity here. There's a YouTube of people playing the tuba while white supremacists are marching, and that just this very slow, ponderous tuba music is great. That's something that you can go for as background music in this sort of setting for sure. Oh, poison damage.
There was also another instance where there was she a trans? No, it was just lesbian. I think she was a lesbian bagpiper, and someone was like just being a massive jerk publicly. So she went out with her bagpipes as he was preaching his whatever, and it was just amazing.
That sounds incredible.
I love bagpipes. They are best in all occasions.
One thing that I wish this game had is it's you have no idea how many hit points he's got left.
Yeah.
And so when I first played this, I didn't use any special attacks because I was like, I'm gonna save my MP, but he's actually like, he's a bag of hit points. You really have to hit him.
Yeah. I think that's sometimes that mechanically can be interesting if you don't know how many hit points there are, and then usually you give them a way to see how many hit points.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in general, that elixir syndrome where I don't know if this is worthwhile to do because I don't have a total amount, it makes it easy to not do stuff that's interesting. So that information makes it easier for players to actually do. Oh wow,
Spencer Spencies.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Spencer and the Spencies. I'm sorry, Everdread. Your name's been
I
besmirched.
so rarely see that my name written ever. So it's like, wow, that's a bummer.
SEO fail, man.
I've known one other person in college with thousands of people, that had that name. So it's funny.
I think I knew a Spencer in high school, but maybe not. It was a small school.
Point out that these, when you summon them, they say you're summoning like a muscle elemental, and for whatever reason, that wording I think is hilarious. So I'm gonna
Muscle
summon.
elemental.
Yes.
The Muscle Wizard is a classic. I don't know the origination of it, but Muscle Wizard was something that a bunch of me and SA friends back in the day would always reference. So I'm glad to see that Muscle Wizard is always the OP class.
Actually, I remember I've heard about. It must be a long-running joke. I've definitely heard about Muscle Wizards before. Wait, isn't
There's
that
Buff
like a
Wizards, Muscle Wizards.
what was it? It's either Paranoia or World of Darkness that has a class like that.
Oh.
There's also the Spencer's store. The adult novelty and gay gifts.
I remember as a little kid when I was like 9 or 10, I loved that store. That
Yeah, when we were all
stupidest stuff in the world.
preteens,
When you're a little kid, it
teens.
owns. I get some black lights from Spencer's. I love this stuff.
Go back in the corner where all the dildos are.
Oh,
I think Grandma Bubba needs a little bit of HP top up.
Yeah.
Oh.
I will note that this game, you don't really have an opportunity to pick up healing items, and not really an opportunity to recharge your MP.
Ooh.
Oh, saying if you equip more of the other crystals, you get more skills. Doesn't it overwrite the skills that I already have? Does it? I haven't tried that yet. I guess I should. Oh yeah, the cat is cut off. I did notice that. That's a bit unfortunate. I can kind of tell how much MP the anti-fascist cat has because I can see it's like a 32. But oh yeah, he's got. Gonna massage grandma. Sweet.
Ooh, there we go.
Ah, okay. It looks
Punchbot
like
5000 kind of reminds me of, I think it's HK47 from,
You could load
Contour 2.
everything up on Rip Jackmeat if you want.
Oh. Yeah, I'll try that then.
So I think the
Elemental Fister.
oh, you got it. So I think the amount of assets in this game is pretty impressive. But one thing I would have liked to have seen would be maybe, if there's different classes, some way to differentiate the portraits of people when they have a specific class. Like if you just give them a hat that's linked to it, that could add a lot of visual clarity.
Yep. Although it's a little bit of a shame that I'm kind of going through the dialogue, but it is really clever. I'm really enjoying it. This is some of the best writing I've seen of this jam, in terms of just being on point with the comedy. So I encourage everybody to go and play it at their own pace and enjoy all the hilarity. Ah, yeah, okay.
I'm actually going to recommend people. So I was playing around with RPG Maker MV a few weeks back, and you might be very quick to kind of discount what you can do in an RPG Maker engine.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, play around with them. There's some fun stuff you can do. If you want to make it, assuming you want to make an RPG, you can be pretty effective fairly quickly.
Point out real quick that when I'm looking at the special, there seems to be a Z ordering issue with the party.
Oh.
So since I'm having so much fun, I encourage the dev to fix that and
Yeah,
put out a new public build.
Aw. I had no time. I work a 40-hour week job. Aw. Bummer.
Aw.
Oh, this is impressive.
Oh yeah, no, it's very impressive for a week. I thought they were saying they weren't going to fix it because they had 40-hour week. I was like, what? No, for a week, there's a lot of content here, and I actually haven't managed to beat the game yet.
Wait, so the dev made this game in a week while working a full-time job?
Yeah.
Wow.
After slaving away at the grind, he came home and was able
That's
to
an
put
impressive
this
amount of
together.
effort.
Yeah.
Like, I get
let's
less
believe
work
him.
done in my week, and I work from
Oh, this-
home on games exclusively, so
Hey.
that's a huge amount of work.
That's custom. They had custom lines for the battle
Yeah.
victories for the characters. That's really impressive.
Yeah, there's
That's
a lot
cool
of
detail.
content in this game. One thing that's a shame is, so I'll give a bit of a spoiler, but right after you go through the portal, I think you get to the final boss, and there's no recharge of your hit points or MP.
Oh.
So that's why I haven't beaten the game yet, because I got totally screwed by that. Because once again, not knowing, it's sort of the macro version of not having the health bar for the enemies is I figured Spencer and the Spencies was gonna be it, given it was a week-long jam. Joke of, I used to play bass for Spencer and the Spencies. So as soon as I go through the portal, I think it's the final boss. Oh, so for the boss, use the gravity skills. They do mad damage. I forget which one's the gravity skills, but I'll do my best.
So can you just switch to any class at any time?
Well, I've
Just
used
play
up
around
all the crystals, but it seems you can use them once, but you can stack them up on somebody.
Oh.
You can stack
so-
them up. So I kind of spread them around the characters.
Oh, that's great. The Spencies are the
gravity
Pokies
okay.
from Mother 3.
Oh.
That's hilarious. I totally did not get that reference, but that's pretty good.
I have a feeling that there are a lot of references in this game that I haven't even seen yet, but
Yeah.
probably good for replay value. It's clear that there was a lot that went into the design and writing of this game.
Secret Nazi secret lair. So secret had to be secret twice.
Whoa, Hitler! I love the art for the characters.
So
Yeah.
you made it here.
So I think that's my one complaint visually is that I wish the tiles matched the level. The visuals for these portraits are so good. I'd love to see a similar style done on the maps.
And I would encourage the dev
Casey
garbage.
garbage.
Actually, this monologue by Mr. Kidders is pretty rad, but I'm seeing like the artifacting or the anti-aliasing around the outlines of the characters, which suggests to me that the dev has not extremely experienced in like a more powerful raster editor like GIMP or Photoshop.